Folks in Iowa on both sides of the coin still can't believe that the Hawkeyes blew a 13-0 lead. That's like gold typically, but the Hawkeyes blew it to Iowa State in that in-state rivalry, losing at the gun on a last-second field goal. The Hawkeyes look to bounce back at home against Troy. We got Steve Merrill on the line from WagerTalk.com. Catch all of Steve's picks right there. Steve, this Iowa team that's offensively challenged was offensively challenged in the second half and gave up a lead that is not common for them. Now they look to bounce back.
So I had three best bets on Saturday. The other two won pretty easily. And if you had told me I was going to have a 13-0 halftime lead with this Iowa defense giving up just 2.5 points, I would have felt pretty good about the 3-0 sweep. Well, we know what happened in this game, and this was my only miss on Saturday for my clients at WagerTalk.com on what was still a winning Saturday. But yeah, strange result, Mark. You know, having a 13-0 lead for the Iowa Hawkeyes at halftime is like most teams having a 28-0 lead. So very disappointing that they gave it up. Not a surprise that their offense struggled. We thought maybe after that 40-point Illinois State game that they had turned things around with the new offensive coordinator, French's son, no longer there. I still think this could be a very good team this year, and I still think it's maybe as good of the best defenses in the country. Keep in mind, this was a really good defense last year, and it's based on some returning efficiency numbers. They were the second most experienced defense in the country this year coming in. So I do think they're going to hold Troy in check. Troy will probably struggle to get to even double digits in this game. It just comes down to, can Iowa do enough to cover? With the projected total of 39 here, it's basically projecting 8 points for Troy and about 32 points for Iowa. You know, and that's asking a lot for this Hawkeye team that's only done it a few times the last 2 years. I lean Iowa here. My database simulation favors them by 25.5. I will not be playing the Hawkeyes, though, because I don't trust that offense to cover a big number. And also because you do worry about a letdown here. I've always said letdowns happen more after tough losses than big wins. And I think this one kind of fits the book, especially after blowing a 13-0 lead. So tread lightly. The line value is probably with the Hawkeyes. I'm not looking to play a big dog that I don't think can score, but I also don't really trust Iowa in this game.
Well, Steve, if I ran down all of the game management blunders that the Hawkeyes pulled off in this game, it would make you even more sick about your selection, because it is a game that could have easily been won going for two, and they shouldn't have. Awful clock management at the end of the first half, taking a delay of game penalty to give more room to their punter, who punts it to the 22-yard line. They should have never done that. Just on and on and on. Gaffes by the coaching staff that possibly led to a guy who missed a 40-yard field goal making a 54-yarder just a few minutes later to win the game for Iowa State. You can catch Steve Merrill's selections on not just college football, but the NFL and Major League Baseball at WagerTalk.com. And, of course, the Under the Radar selection is exclusive to us right here at the Voice of College Football. Steve is 23-5 against the spread on that selection, and you can find out more about that right now. College football is even more exciting with some action on the line, and the games are even better when you're cashing in. And the Voice of College Football is the place to be to get the greatest value. Let's start with my picks. 75% against the money line, 58% against the spread. I've got a 40-year track record. In fact, in 2023, at $100 played per game, you would have netted over $9,300. And guess what? I'm just the warm-up act. Steve Merrill, our ace in the hole, show stopper from Wager Talk. 6 years with the Voice of College Football, over 30 years in the industry. Steve gives us analysis on all the big games, but you can't miss Steve's weekly Under the Radar pick, which went 21-5 against the spread the last 2 seasons. I repeat, 21-5 against the spread. You also get picks from some of our top analysts here at the Voice of College Football, including Steve Dace and Matt Zemek. Become a YouTube channel member or Patreon member for just $99 per month. Go to the main channel on YouTube, click join, and select the betting tier. Do the same thing on Patreon. Make 2024 a winner now.